Hi everyone, welcome to IOTV. That's Information Online Television, coming direct to you from the Hilton Hotel in Sydney for day 2 of Information Online. And today we're going to be talking with Andy Fenton from Recollect. And well, basically I wanted to, the first question was really, can you sum up what your company does in about 20 seconds, which is quite tricky, one would assume, but give it a go.
Tricky because you know me too well, I talk too much. Recollect is a community engagement platform. I think most people know that. A lot of people put their content online, their digital content. What Recollect lets you do is get your community well engaged and interactive with it. So you can build your identity, build your community around your own themes. It might be your history, it might be your collections, by things like geotagging or person tagging, or most importantly, adding their own stories and experiences around the content you've got online.
Awesome. Okay, so it's breaking down those barriers between your community and your collection, essentially.
Awesome. Yeah, and we make it so much easier. So I often liken it to a mix of the features of Wikipedia and Facebook, without wishing to sound too grandiose, of course. But yeah, people do so much, and we put it in a format that makes that easy. So you can basically extend your library to your person's living room, or quite frankly, as they're walking down the street with their cell phone.
Right.
Not walking into lampposts, I hope.
No, that's right. And look, I wanted to ask you a real quick question to see, what the kind of goal of your company is. If you had unlimited funds, if you could do anything with your company, and what would it be? If you had unlimited funds, what would you do? If you had no agenda but just all the money in the world, what would you do?
Well, the easy answer is to say put a Recollect site in every community, but thinking a little bit bigger scale and less selfish, obviously. I've always been inspired by early childhood literacy. I know it sounds cheesy, but the truth is libraries are major practitioners of it. It's always motivated me to do more for libraries and with libraries. And I think if it's kind of like the metaphor of teaching someone to fish. Yeah, you don't give them a fish, you actually teach them how. If you teach people to read at a very early age, they can forge their own path with enough knowledge. And rather beautifully, I thought about this yesterday, but Carla Hayden, the Librarian of Congress, kind of talked about how 100 years ago, her people were deprived of that right early on, and what a struggle it was to give some of those early Americans and black Americans the chance to do that themselves. So I want to make one quick plug, because IFLA do this as well, and that's the World Congress for Libraries. That's coming to Auckland next year, and they're very, very strong and passionate about supporting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Really marvellous. If you haven't looked on their website, go and have a look, SDGs, with IFLA. That's coming to Auckland next year. I want to encourage every Australian and librarian, and New Zealand librarians for that matter, to get to that conference next year. So get it in your budgets.
Well, there you go. So access to information for all,
yes.
and also the message of get to IFLA next year, 2020.
Oh, and if I had any money left, I'd probably buy you a beer.
Oh, and a beer for me. That's nice.
I'm going to grab the microphone off you now. Shout out to all the work that Alia does. I love your state manager program. I love the fact that you've got people like this man, who I've known for 3 years now, getting out there and amongst it and doing the good word for Alia. Thanks.
Oh, well, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in to IOTV.